Thank you and welcome to Image Embroidery's YouTube channel. Image Embroidery is a standalone store here on Main Street in New Egypt, New Jersey in Ocean County. Today we're going to be talking about the X tool. What I like, what I don't like. Been using it for a while and I thought I'd just put a little bit out there just to let people know what to expect when they buy the X tool. First of all, it is compact, which is good. I mean, you do need a table by itself, and I would recommend I have mine by a window with a fan, and it just sucks everything out. But the case on it would be very nice. That's the next thing we're going to get. It starts up and it runs. So once you get your logos going, and you're going to be doing more than one, it just runs forever. It just goes and goes. It's easy. Just put the next piece on. I'm talking about mugs today. It just goes. Just go up, hit a framing on every mug, and then goes. The one thing about the mugs are every mug is different. The settings. The one thing is every mug is different. Every mug has different paint on it or different plastic on the mugs, so the laser has to be set for that mug. I was using it, if you look at my last video, I was taking me an hour and 20 minutes to run one mug. I had somebody come in with a different mug. We brought the laser down and it now takes less than 30 minutes per mug. So, I mean, that you don't mind. And it runs really fast. I have a recording of that one mug running 100%. It's not fast forwarded. And at the end, I'll just play that and also show you before that how to clean up. The directions for it are not that great. I've been through it like 4 or 5 times and I'm still finding out different things on my own, how to use it. The settings is the permanent settings, there aren't enough. You need stuff for like metal mugs. You need things for like glass alone. A lot of people like to have the glass done. The question is, what settings do we go on? There's nothing in the book in there at all how to do it. The glasses are, and this is another problem we have with it, the glasses have to be painted and then you can let it dry and then you have to run it. Okay, the other problem I have is that it just stops. You're in the middle of a logo and it just stops. So now I have one computer just for the X tool when we're using the X tool. That's all it has. You can't do emails on it. You can't do anything. It's horrible that you just, all of a sudden, the logo just stops and laughs at you. So it's like halfway done, and of course, you know what happens, you throw it away. But that's the biggest complaint is that it just stops because it's constantly setting things to the X tool. The Epson 2100 is the same way. I've had one problem with that one, is that I reset a computer, and in the middle of a shirt run, and all of a sudden that just stopped printing. But the main thing is the settings. Everything with this unit is settings. And I'm going to, and a lot of these aren't on the preset. You have to figure out how much laser you need, how long, what settings you're going to need. But that's the biggest problem with the X tool is the settings. But once you get it, the settings correct, you're good to go. I mean, you can run some pieces out of here. The main thing, I know that X tool has a YouTube channel up there that does things, but it's okay. It gets you to where you need to be, but I need to be 100% all the time. And one other thing that I don't understand about it is, why do we have to reverse everything? Certain pieces of the X tool, I'll run it and it'll be fine. I don't have to reverse it. Then I go into the flat with the circular for the mugs and I have to reverse it. It just, why? I don't understand that. I mean, I get embroidery. I get that when I have to reverse things and put things this way and that way. But this one here is every time I do a mug, I have to reverse. So now I know. But still, you have to do a pre just to figure out whether it has to be reversed or not. I'll always reverse it, and then we'll go from there. The other thing about the mugs is what I've done lately is I've bought one of these. And this works very well cleaning the mugs up. I use the Awesome. I've used everything. I mean everything in the shop. And I have ink remover. I have haze remover. The haze remover took the paint off the mug. I've used everything on it, and that Awesome and that scrubby pad seems to work. But the thing is that if you have too much power on your mug, it's literally going to burn the metal and you'll never get it off. But if you use just the right amount of power, it comes off, it is shiny, and it's there. So keep that in mind on just the directions and the Xtool art. And that's very simple. I mean, that is easy. Once you get the artwork in there, you can put names, you can type everything you need to go. It's very simple. And my thing is that it's all art. Garbage in, garbage out. So always remember to take your art and look at it, zoom in on your art a lot. Because if it's pixelated, it's gonna do that with the machine. It's not gonna clean it up for you. So that's my insights on some of the things with the Xtool. I'm going to run right now a full mug logo on the Xtool, and then I'm going to, after that, I'll clean it up real quick, and then you'll be able to see how it does with the different settings. You can see the settings. I did a name at the end of the last video. The difference in... Okay, let's clean it up now. All right. We use this, but we take it and we put it in one of these brushes so that it uses it, and we put it right on top. Very quickly. With this new setting, everything just works 100% better. I mean 100% better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run the whole mug 100% on the Xtool, which I was amazed with this new setting. And now let's just have you run the whole thing. That's from start to finish, and it's not sped up at all. It's just going to run. All right, that's a trace on the Xtool. We're done with the trace. I just went over to the computer and I'm ready to go. Blinking red. Blinking blue, so we're ready to go. There she goes. She's going to run 26 minutes, 30 seconds around in there. I'm going to let the whole thing run. The settings were bad on my last set. That's why it took me over 2.5 hours to make. So we cut it down into under probably a quarter of the time. But it's all in the settings, and there's no set settings for these mugs in the book. I mean, I've read it over and over again, looked all over the place, and the settings are for a metal business card is the setting, and this is what it does. That logo started at the top left. As the machine keeps going, it's going to rotate it towards you, so you'll be able to see the logo, how it's made, and got a fan behind it so that it sucks out, because it can get, I mean, the other day in here we had both doors open, front and back. It was nice outside, and we had the windows, and we had a fan in the window there just sucking it out. So you may want to think, if you get an X tool, to get the whole case around it. That's the next thing that we're going to get here, so it just sucks it out when you blow it right outside. Alrighty, it's done.